At least, Honourable Chair, South Africa now knows that the leader of the EFF is nothing else than a Mickey Mouse commander-in-chief. Let's solve this problem very easily.
Honourable Groenewald.
Hello everybody, welcome once again to AfriPost. I believe wherever you're watching us from, you're doing great. Now the EFF party is known for fighting for the common man, and especially the common black person in South Africa, because much of the economic aspect of South Africa is controlled by the white minority. This leaves a larger percentage of blacks with nothing to really fend off for themselves. The fight for this economic empowerment that has been championed by CIC Julius Malema is something that has really seen EFF create memorable moments in parliament, and this has really been facilitated by the manner in which EFF debates and how it confronts issues in the floor of the parliament. But there was this one time when the leader of Freedom Front Plus party, Pieter Groenewald, was really engaging the EFF member of parliament on issues relating to the VBS scandal. But when they were talking, it appeared that Julius Malema was not present in parliament, and Pieter Groenewald really had a lot of space to punch and hit EFF. I want us to watch this video and then comment to it after the video. Kindly watch.
I'm coming to the EFF. I want to say to the EFF, quite a lot of smoke is coming out of the doors and the windows of the war room of the EFF. Now, I hear that you refer to your leader as a commander-in-chief, but he's absent here today. Now, let me say, a real commander-in-chief would have been here today to protect its soldiers.
Honourable Groenewald, would you just take your seat? Why are you rising, Honourable Member?
Chairperson, the Commander-in-Chief is not absent. He is attending the Pan-Africanist Parliament in Kigali, Rwanda. The Honourable Member is misleading the House.
So we are aware of that, Honourable Member.
He is not aware. Can you make him aware?
He is now aware. Take your seat, Honourable Member.
Can he withdraw the absent?
There's nothing to withdraw, Honourable Member. Thank you for the information. Continue, Honourable Member.
Thank you, Chair. The fact of the matter is he's not here.
Honourable
The real commander-in-chief would have been here. But now we all know that the people of South Africa...
Take your seat. Why are you rising, Honourable Member?
On a point of order, Chair. Secondly, we are not answerable to this Honourable Member.
Honourable Member, that's not a point of order.
He must
That's
not
a
come and
matter for
question us
debate.
here. We are not answerable to you, Chief.
Honourable Member,
We want
take
our
your
land.
seat. Take your seat. Continue, Honourable Member.
At least, Honourable Chair, South Africa now knows that the leader of the EFF is nothing else than a Mickey Mouse commander-in-chief. Let's solve this problem very easily.
Honourable Groenewald, take your seat.
Chairperson.
Yes, Honourable Member. Honourable members.
Chairperson.
Just take a seat, please. Yes, Honourable Member.
If Mr. Groenewald wants us to get to insults, I think we are more capable than him. Can you please just tell him to withdraw that so-called Mickey Mouse Commander-in-Chief? Otherwise, he's not going to talk. And
Honourable
we can make
Member,
him not to talk.
Take your seat now. Thank you.
There for him now.
Honourable Member,
we don't
take your
fear
seat.
him. He's useless.
Honourable Member, take your
He's
seat.
very useless, man.
I'm switching off your mic
You
now.
think we...
Honourable Member, take your seat. I've switched off your mic. Honourable Groenewald. Order. Order, Honourable Members. Order. Honourable Groenewald, you were here earlier when I read a lengthy ruling in terms of respect to one another. Can we maintain that, please, and not allow ourselves to be lured into a situation where we start throwing insults to one another? I want you to withdraw that remark, please.
With respect, Honourable Chair, he is a Mickey Mouse commander-in-chief.
Honourable Member.
And I will not withdraw that.
Honourable Member, since you do not want to withdraw the remark, can you leave the podium, please?
That man is wanting to be more.
Honourable Member.
Honourable Chair, may I address you on this matter?
Honourable Groenewald.
Yeah, may I address you?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, this is the National Assembly. According to the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, there is only one commander-in-chief in this house, and that is the Honourable President of the Republic of South Africa. No one else can be a commander-in-chief.
Honorable Groenewald. Order. You have refused to withdraw the remark. Can you now leave the podium, please?
Honorable President, there's nothing wrong to have dreams. In fact, I do believe that real political leaders must have dreams. But then we must say to each other, it must be dreams to last forever. That's the difference. Chairperson, every time I delivered a speech from this podium in previous sonas, congratulating the Honourable President with his election, I said that the Freedom Front Plus and its supporters wants to build South Africa. We want to build a better future for all. In your campaign, Honourable President, you said that Stellenbosch, that you wish you could tie the white young people of South Africa to a tree, preventing them from leaving South Africa. But did you ever ask yourself, why do the white people and the young people of South Africa leave South Africa? It is because they don't get jobs. And they don't get jobs because of affirmative action. You say that you want to utilize their skills and their expertise. The fact of the matter is you cannot do it. Because of affirmative action, they have to go and seek jobs at other places in the world. And yes, the world reap those expertise from the people and the young people of South Africa. Still, you discriminate against the young white people of South Africa. Your own youth employment scheme. White young people cannot participate in it because they are white. If you go and look, for instance, what your Secretary General Ysmagashule says, he is still blaming the white people of white monopoly capital. His argument is still because of the white people that we cannot have economic growth. Chairperson, with great respect, that is a kick in the teeth of those people who really wants to build South Africa. Do you want to recognize them? Do you want to enslave the young people and the white young people of South Africa? Because if you think you can enslave them, you are completely wrong. If you look at your MEC for Education in Gauteng, always blaming Afrikaans schools for his own failures and using it as a smokescreen instead of attend to the schools who are real problems. Do the ANC have a problem with my mother tongue language of Afrikaans? Because that is what Lesotho says. But I didn't see, Honourable President, that you repudiated him. I said before, do away with black economic empowerment. And can I say, I'm supported by black academics like William Gumede. You know, in the election time, when I put in some petrol in my car, the attendant said to me, I'm going to vote for you. And I asked why. And he said, you are quite correct. When it comes to black economic empowerment, it is only favoring the political elite. So, I want to come and say you want to build the economy. How can you build the economy if you have a construction mafia stopping 74 construction projects, demanding a 30% shareholding in the company? How can you build the economy if more than 110 engineers in the construction business left South Africa because of this crime elements in South Africa? I want to say to you today, if you don't curb these criminal activities, you will not be able to build the economy. More than 16 trucks burned over a weekend. The people that keeps the economy rolling. But they burn them and people lose their lives because of crime in South Africa. Chairperson, you will have to ensure that if you want the economy to grow, that you curb the powers of the unions. You know, and everybody in South Africa know, when it comes to the SOEs in South Africa, you have to retrench people. But the unions come to you and the ANC and says, you will not do that. And that is part of the problem. You will have to curb their powers. You will have to revise labor laws in South Africa. Chairperson, I come to crime. And I want to ask you, why is it so difficult to publicly condemn farm murders in South Africa? In South Africa, we have black farmers, we have colored farmers, we have Indian farmers, we have white farmers. The food you had this morning when you had breakfast, you must thank the farmers. Everybody who's going to have lunch just now, thank the farmers. Chairperson, ek wil vir die agbare president sê, verlede jaar ongeveer hierdie tyd, was daar aanvalle gewees op moskees, een in KwaZulu-Natal en een in Mamasbury. U tree onmiddellik op. U benoem onmiddellike presidensiële komitee van die minister van polisie, van verdediging en van justisie. Ek wil vandag vir u sê, 'n plaasmoord is nie 'n moord op 'n individu nie. It's not only a crime against an individual, it's a crime against the community. It is the women and children who pay the price of a farm murder, where they are tortured, where they throw boiling water down their throats, where they take hot irons burning the women, where they force a 12-year girl to see how her mother is raped. That's torture. But still, you do refuse to publicly condemn farm murders. I appeal to you. It's simple. And I will say to you, Honourable President, I will invite you to a funeral of a farm murder, and you invite me to any other funeral you wish to. Lastly, Chairperson, I want to say there's one outstanding matter. And that is Section 235 of the Constitution that deals with self-determination. It also determines that national legislation have to determine what happens with Section 235. There's an accord between the Freedom Front, the African National Congress, and the government in 1994. Chairperson, I appeal to you that we meet, that we take this step forward to ensure that Section 235 of the Constitution, which deals with self-determination, taken forward. Ek dink dit is die enigste artikel in die grondwet wat bepaal dat nasionale wetgewing wel geskryf moet word wat nog nie geskryf is nie. So in daardie opsig het ons ook 'n grondwetlike verantwoordelikheid en plig. Agbare President, ek wil afsluit. You know, there's a song that says, it's actually the green, green grass of home. It's about this prisoner who sang and he thought in his song, I want to touch the green, green grass of home. And then he says, and when I wake and I look around me, I was surrounded by 4 great walls. And yes, I then realized that I was only dreaming. Because he's a prisoner. Honourable President, you are a prisoner of the African National Congress. Break away from that. Then you can save South Africa. Then you can save the economy. I thank you.
Now, if you watch that video, you'd really understand that Pieter Groenewald was very lucky that CIC Julius Malema was not at Parliament on that day. But if you look at it in large extent, you'd understand that he had a field day because Julius Malema was not there to really confront him. But I like the way other members of Parliament also stood up with the calls for point of order to really interrupt him and drive him off of his flow of thought. What do you think about this debate? Is it really reasonable? Is it really tenable? Because the EFF always has a way through which it is canvassing serious issues that affect the people in South Africa. You know, many people have always said that EFF has the analog style of politics, and people are saying that it is really brutal and it is extremist because the kind of stance that it takes, for example, the question of expropriation of land without compensation, it is something that South Africans need. But if you look at it, those who are moderates tend to think that EFF style of politics is kind of very, very, very extreme. It can lead to war. It can lead to racial fights. And this is something that Julius Malema himself has come out to really castigate and put away, because he's been saying that our party is very peaceful. It does not have any issue with whites. It does not have any issue with Indians, but it is having issues with those who continue to benefit from resources that were stolen from helpless Africans, and that is helpless South Africans. As you understand, the question of land is something that for South Africa, it has remained a serious thorn that is pricking every political party. And EFF has become very blunt, and it is saying that its style of politics and its belief and principle is that it is aimed at ensuring that common South African, the black person, is empowered to be at par with the white minority. You will also understand that EFF is always highlighting cases whereby the government is engaged in corruption. The government is engaged in serious issues that affect the standing of the president. People like Jacob Zuma were really thrown away because of the level of corruption that they engaged in, especially when it comes to the work that Zuma and the Guptas had together. The engagement that we have seen there in parliament is really lively, and I believe the EFF have a way through which they will ensure that regardless of their little number in parliament, they are able to put the executive to account, and even other opposition parties, they are able to really look at them and find a way through which they can work together. I don't know what you think about this, but please, if you have watched that for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and also share. Thank you, and may the good Lord bless you. Goodbye.